The screen time struggle, finding balance for your kids. Picture this. It's a typical evening in your home. You call your child for dinner, but there's no response. Their eyes are glued to a glowing screen. You try again, this time louder. Still nothing. Finally, you walk up to them, tap their shoulder, and they snap. Just 5 more minutes. You sigh. You've heard this before. You know that 5 more minutes will turn into 10, then 20, and before you know it, bedtime has come and gone, while your child is still scrolling, gaming, or watching YouTube. Sound familiar? You're not alone. This is the reality for millions of parents today. You feel guilty for allowing so much screen time, yet exhausted from trying to limit it. You worry about their health, lack of sleep, eye strain, posture problems, attention issues. You're scared of what they might be exposed to online, harmful content, online predators, social media pressure. It's frustrating. You want your child to have a balanced relationship with technology, but in a world where screens are everywhere, how do you set boundaries without constant battles? The truth about screens. The truth is, banning screens completely isn't the solution. We don't need to remove technology from our kids' lives. We need to teach them how to use it wisely, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you today. But first, let's go back in time for a moment. A childhood before screens. Think back to when you were a child. What did your afternoons look like? For most of us, childhood meant running around outside until sunset, riding bikes with friends, playing board games and card games, reading books, drawing, or building something with our hands. Family movie nights that actually felt special because they weren't an everyday thing. We had boredom, and that boredom fueled creativity. Today, children don't experience boredom in the same way. A 5-year-old with a tablet never has to sit with their thoughts. A 10-year-old playing endless video games never has to find other ways to entertain themselves. A teenager on social media never has to engage in real-world conversations without distractions. Childhood has changed, and we as parents must adapt. We can't raise our kids the way we were raised because the world is different. But what we can do is teach them balance. And the good news? It's not as hard as you think. Let's dive into real, practical strategies that will help you set healthy screen time limits without turning it into a constant war. Hasher 1. Lead by example. Fix your own screen habits. First, this might sting a little, but kids copy what they see, not just what they're told. If we constantly tell them to get off their screens while we're glued to ours, they will notice. Here's what you can do. Be honest about your own screen habits. Are you checking your phone during meals? Scrolling in bed? Watching TV while working? Create screen-free zones for the whole family. A great place to start is the dinner table in the bedroom. Have designated times when no one is on screens, including parents. Show them life beyond screens. Pick up a book, start a hobby, or engage in hands-on activities with them. When kids see you setting limits for yourself, they'll understand why limits exist in the first place. 2. Create a family media plan. Most parents make the mistake of setting screen limits without involving their kids. The result? Rebellion, arguments, endless negotiations. Instead, involve your child in the process by creating a family media plan. How to make a family media plan that works. 1. Sit down as a family and talk about screen time. Explain why balance is important. 2. Decide on daily screen limits together. Weekdays, 1 hour of entertainment screen time after homework is done. Weekends, 2 hours max. 3. Set screen-free times. No screens before school. No screens 1 hour before bedtime. No devices during family meals. 4. Decide what screens can be used for. Is it just for fun? Does schoolwork count? What about educational apps? 5. Post the plan somewhere visible. Stick it on the fridge as a reminder. When kids help create the rules, they're more likely to follow them. Hasher 3. Turn screen time into a privilege, not a right. Screen time should never be automatic. Instead, kids should earn it. How to make screen time a privilege. No chores, no screens. No homework, no screens. Bad attitude or back talk, no screens. This teaches children self-discipline and prioritization. Number 4. Make offline activities more exciting. One reason kids love screens? They don't have anything better to do. If we want them to engage with the real world, we must make the real world exciting. Screen-free alternatives, board games, cooking or baking together, DIY science experiments, sports, dancing or martial arts, nature walks or camping, art, music or crafting. Give them options so screens don't feel like the only fun thing. Final thoughts. Screens are here to stay. The goal isn't to eliminate them, it's to help kids develop a healthy relationship with technology. Be the example. Set clear boundaries. Offer engaging real-world alternatives. Use tech to control tech. Teach self-regulation. With the right approach, we can raise tech-savvy kids who know when to unplug. Now, I want to hear from you. What's the biggest screen time challenge in your home? Drop it in the comments. I read every one. And if you found these tips helpful, share this with another parent who needs it. Together we can help our kids build a healthy, balanced relationship with technology without the fights.